Hey, it's Eben. Welcome to my balcony. In this new series of videos, I'm going to show you how I started my online information product publishing business and how I've grown it now to the point where it did over $29 million in sales last year. And I'm also going to show you how to take your own knowledge and turn it into advice, coaching, and products, how to choose a niche, and how to grow your own information product business online. And in these free videos, I'm going to teach you the most powerful concept, the most powerful technique that I have developed for making information really valuable so that you can turn it into high-value information products that you can sell for a lot of money. So make sure that you watch all three of the videos that I'm going to be releasing because each one contains a different piece of the puzzle and they all fit together. If you've seen any of the videos that I've shot before, then you might recognize this view. Right, I stood right here on my balcony about 2 years ago, actually, and I shot the first video that I had ever shot from home as part of my Guru Mastermind launch. Now, in case you didn't see that video, what I did is I walked out my front door and I walked down the hall, got on the elevator, went down a few floors, walked all the way to the other end of the hall, and then opened up my office apartment door, and I walked in to show you what my commute was like and to show you the benefits of being able to work from home and have a business that you can run from literally anywhere. Now, as I was sitting out here on my balcony just the other day, I was looking out at my view and I was thinking about that video and I was thinking about this video and I was looking at some of the cities down the beach and I was thinking about how many people have joined my list since I shot that last video. Now, if you look down the beach from here, we're right on the kind of the border of Santa Monica and Venice, California. And the cities go Venice, Marina del Rey, Playa del Rey, El Segundo, and then cities you've probably heard of, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach. Basically, all of the cities that you can see all the way down the beach, almost all the way to Long Beach. So I went online and I did a little bit of research. And what I realized is that if you add up all of the populations of all of those cities, okay, basically all the cities you can see from here all the way down the beach, it comes to almost 200,000 people. And what I realized is that that's just about the same number of people that have joined my list since I shot that last video. And by the way, I'm just talking about my business list. All right? On our other lists, we've added probably 10 times that many people. Now, 200,000 people, that's a lot of people. In fact, it's hard to even imagine how many people that is. Just as an example of how many people 200,000 people is, you've probably heard of Madison Square Garden in New York, right? The big arena right in the middle of Manhattan. Yep, this is Madison Square Garden right here in this picture, right? Inside of Madison Square Garden, it fits a lot of people. Well, if you take 10 Madison Square Gardens and you fill all of them with people, you still don't have 200,000 people. In other words, 200,000 is a lot of people. And what's even more interesting is that those 200,000 people that have visited our websites and purchased our products have invested something like $10 million in our information products and services. And again, that's just in this business advice business that we have that teaches marketing and business and information product publishing. In my other businesses, right, we've sold probably $40 million worth of products in that same period of time. Now, honestly, it's not really my style to brag or talk about big numbers that often. I share these numbers with you because I want to offer you some evidence, some proof that what we do works and that the techniques that we have developed for creating valuable information products, launching information product businesses, and then growing them to become very successful, these techniques, they work. We've now grown 10 different brands successfully in the last 9 years. Almost all of them have done over $1 million in sales each and continue to grow. But honestly, what's been going on in our business is almost nothing compared to what's been going on in the information product, the advice business, and the coaching business out in the real world. So let's go over to my office. Let me show you some of the cool things that have been going on in the information product world, and then let me show you how to take some of the knowledge that you have in your head and turn it into valuable products, coaching, and advice that you can use to start or grow your information product business. Okay, let's go. I really think you're going to like this. Ta-da! I got the apartment next door. And now you get to see my little makeshift video studio and my lights and camera and action. Okay, so now let me show you why I think information product marketing is such a great business. To give you an idea of what information products look like and how much they can be sold for, let me show you a few of the information products and trainings that I've created in just the past few years, and also show you how they've done. Here's my Altitude program, which started out as a high-end live business training, which we then turned into a home study course on DVD, and then a streaming media digital training course online. Right? As you can see, we've sold over $4.5 million worth of that one product. Next, we have my Guru Mastermind and my Guru Home Study course. These are trainings on how to start and grow an information product business. As you can see, we've done over $5 million in sales of just these trainings and programs. Next, you may have seen my Wake Up Productive Time Management and Productivity Training program. As you can see here, we've sold over $900,000, almost $1 million worth of that one product. Next, we've got the Ignition Training Program, which teaches entrepreneurs how to start online businesses from home. As you can see, we've sold over $1 million worth of that product. And this isn't even mentioning my kind of regular business, which sells about $20 million per year worth of information products on dating and relationships. And I'm going to switch over to my screen cam software so you can get a look at a couple of my internal dashboards and show you how our businesses work and how they literally bring in money and make money while I'm sleeping. So here's one of our business training business dashboards here, and you can see some of our sales by day here. This is one of the businesses where we sell higher end information products, and you can see we did $3,785 in sales so far today. We did $994 yesterday, $1,885 the day before. We did $10,758 right there, and all the way back, right? Selling a few to several $1,000s a day worth of products, right? So this is just one of our businesses, one of the smaller businesses actually. You can see that this money is being made, sales are being made every day inside this business like clockwork. Now let's switch over to one of the other dashboards for one of our other businesses. Now this is for one of the businesses that I started several years ago, and here you can see both the daily sales and the hourly sales, just to get a little bit bigger perspective. In this business, we did $11,000 in sales so far today. We did over $14,000 yesterday, $9,500 the day before, $13,000 the day before. In this one, let's take a look at the hourly sales, because this is fun to take a look at once in a while. In this business, at the hour of midnight to 1 a.m., we did $20 in sales, and then from 1 to 2 a.m., we did $189.79 in sales, and then $20 in sales, and then $129 in sales, and then in the morning starts picking up $239, $419 in 1 hour, $634 in 1 hour, $3,888 in 1 hour. Right? So you can see that this business is actually making sales all day and all night, even while we're sleeping. Now, that's one of the things that I really, really like about an information product business, is that the whole thing can run online, and you can let the technology be doing the actual selling and doing the sales work, which is fun. So your business can literally run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, as I mentioned, my companies did over $29 million in sales last year. We did almost $30 million in sales. We're 100% virtual, which means we have no office, right? Everybody works from home. And most of our sales come from selling normal products, okay? Normal information and training products. The business training products that we do is actually a small portion of our overall business. We've done over $100 million in sales of information products since I started this business working from my computer in my bedroom 9 years ago. All of it was done online, and all of it was working from home. And all without any computer degrees or any college degree at all for me, no certifications, no other special education. All stuff that I taught myself. I was unemployed. I literally had just a computer, a cheap IBM clone computer, and I started it by writing one ebook that I wrote in a few weeks of dating advice. And now we've grown to the point where we have 10 successful brands. And as I mentioned before, almost all of them have already done over $1 million or more in sales, and they're growing. And what's really cool is that as a result of my ability to create and market super high value information and have success with information products, some amazing things have happened. Last year, Tony Robbins called and asked to interview me for his Money Masters program. Richard Branson asked me to interview him live on stage at his Rock the Casbah event in Los Angeles. I was invited to speak at a very special live event in Calgary last year, and I shared the stage with people like Stephen Covey, F.W. de Klerk, the ex-president from South Africa, the man who was credited with ending apartheid. The Dalai Lama even shared at this event. So what's my secret? I think it's pretty simple. I create super, super high quality information products and training, stuff that people find really valuable. We're very good at identifying good niche opportunities, right, where there's a big need, and then creating information products that people want to buy. And the proof is that we've succeeded in everything from relationship and dating advice to time management and wealth advice to marketing and business advice to the types of trainings that we're doing right now, which is how to publish your own information products online. It's a formula that's simple and it works. Remember in the beginning of this video when I said that something like 200,000 people have joined just my business lists in the past couple of years since I made my last video out on my balcony? Well, what I didn't mention is that I got all of these people to join my list without risking any money up front. And how did I do that? Because I chose the right niche and then created valuable trainings and then gave them away, just like I'm doing right now. Now, a lot of people have asked me the question, are information products and advice still a good business to get into? They ask, does anyone actually read ebooks? The assumption is usually that somehow in the past few years, everyone has found out about ebooks and information products. And now that the secret is out, the business isn't going to work anymore. Well, try some of these statistics on for size. Okay? One statistic, ebook sales grew 71% last year, and they actually overtook audiobooks in sales volume, while fiction book sales dropped 15%. And get this one, something like 90% of people still don't even read ebooks yet. Right? So they grew 71%, and most people, 90% of them, still don't even read ebooks. I like ebooks. Okay, we've sold hundreds of thousands of ebooks online, and we're going to sell a lot more in the future as they grow and they're adopted. Now, consider the difference between selling a printed book and selling an ebook. Okay? With an ebook, I get to create it, publish it into a PDF or some other easy-to-read file, put it online. I can sell it 24 hours a day. You buy it, you download it to your computer, you can read it on any device. To publish a regular book, you've got to go through the process of writing the whole thing. Then you've got to get it published. You've got to print the things, which is very expensive. You've got to distribute them all over the country or all over the world. You've got to ship them. You've got to market them in the retail locations. Okay, it's a huge hassle. In fact, check out this chart that I found online that shows ebook growth over the last several years. Now, which direction do you think ebook sales are going? Especially now that Apple has launched the iPad and Amazon has the Kindle. All right? To look at it from another direction, self-help is an estimated $13 billion a year industry and growing at over 10% a year by one estimate, $13 billion a year. Okay? It's a huge, new, growing industry. One estimate of the worldwide information industry put it at over $400 billion per year. Yes, that's billion with a B. The personal coaching and corporate coaching industry alone is estimated to be at over $100 billion a year, again with a B. You may have seen websites like ezinearticles.com, or you may have seen the website ehow.com. Right now, Ezine Articles is approximately the number 130th most trafficked website online, and eHow is approximately number 142 right? The 142nd most trafficked website online. In fact, let's take a look at this chart, right? This is a chart of the growth of ezinearticles.com, ehow.com, and then I'm going to add clickbank.com. All right, so take a look here. Look at all three trend lines. Now, what do you notice? Okay, what you notice is that they're all growing like crazy. And what's on these sites? Well, it's great information, great education, and great information products. Pure information sites like these are getting literally millions and millions of visitors per month to their little how-tos and their articles. Creating valuable information and valuable information products is a big deal right now. Everyone is looking for information and education on tons of different topics, and they're looking for more and more every day. How do I know that the biggest opportunity in the world right now is helping people by giving them the information they need? Well, the best evidence is probably the most obvious evidence. What's the #1 website in the world? Exactly, it's Google. And what does Google do? Well, according to Wikipedia, which is the 6th highest traffic website online, and another information website, Google's business is to organize the world's information and make it accessible and useful. And what are people doing when they go on Google? They're looking for information. Are you seeing the pattern here? So based on this, what do you think? Does this information and advice business look like a good opportunity to you? Does it look like it's going away anytime soon? I've literally lost count of all the self-made millionaires and financially independent entrepreneurs that I've met and made friends with who did it by selling information products, advice, and coaching. Many of them are in their teens and 20s. And almost all of them started at home, just like me, with no money and a simple computer. By the way, I was invited to speak at the USC Marshall School of Business as a guest lecturer a couple of weeks ago to talk to their entrepreneur school class. And you know what I told them was my favorite business model and one that they should try? Information products, of course. But here's the really important insight. Information in the form of ebooks, audio programs, video trainings, coaching, membership sites, blogs, and other formats, it is the new commodity. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it's the new currency. Peter Drucker, who's the most famous business management guru of all time, he said something interesting. He said, universities won't survive. The future is outside the traditional campus, outside the traditional classroom. Distance learning is coming on fast. I read that Peter Drucker estimated that this is literally a multi-hundred billion dollar opportunity. A multi-hundred billion dollar opportunity. Because the universities and the colleges, they just can't keep up with how fast things are changing. It takes so long to get a curriculum approved and to get new information into the curriculum, into the training, that by the time it gets in, it's already obsolete. And it's up to people like you and me and the new wave of information product publishers and online teachers to get all of this new valuable information out in the form of information products, training, and coaching. And unlike a traditional brick and mortar business or retail store or a service business that require huge time, money, capital, equipment investments, an information business can be started right now and on the cheap. Okay? All you need is a computer like this one and an internet connection, and you can start creating information products. And information products also tend to do well even in down economies. And there are tons and tons of niche opportunities that are still available, and many, many, many more that are being created every day. Even better, the way information and advice and coaching is marketed online is even fun and interesting. It's mostly by creating valuable articles, videos, and other content and helping people, just like I'm doing right now. So let's summarize quickly. What is happening here? The world is changing faster and faster, and we need more and more new information just to survive. We need new knowledge right now more than any other resource or commodity in life to cope and succeed in a changing world. A few weeks ago, I interviewed Harvey Mackay, the best-selling author of the famous book Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. Harvey has sold more than 10 million books. And in the interview that I did with him, he quoted a Bureau of Labor Statistics stat, and it went like this, that today's average college graduate will have at least 3 to 5 career changes in their lifetimes and 10 to 14 different job changes by age 38. 10 to 14 different job changes by age 38. 10 to 14. So why is this happening? What is going on? You may have heard of Abraham Maslow, right? He came up with the pyramid with the hierarchy of needs. I was reading one of his books recently, and he points out that we have needs that drive us, right? Needs that push us and motivate us to do everything that we do, and underneath them all is the need to know. We want to know. And now that we all have all of our basic needs met, we spend time seeking to know more. We want to learn more. All of this adds up to one thing, one conclusion. Information products are the big opportunity to help people to start and grow a business that requires very little investment to get off the ground, and start a business that can be done from home in your own time. And, as experience has shown me, truly anyone can do this. So what do I mean by anyone? I mean that anyone who can help people solve problems or teach them things about topics that they're passionate about can make money selling information products, advice, and coaching online. And you don't even need a product to make money with information these days. Here's one of my favorite examples. Let's go back over to the screen cam. You might have seen this girl, Michelle Phan, on YouTube, right? This young woman in her 20s. She just starts putting up videos of how to put on makeup in different styles. And here she is.
Everyone, so you're probably wondering why I'm so chipper and so happy.
You're chipper and happy because you've had 156 million people watch your videos, and YouTube's probably sending you big, huge checks because they do a lot of advertising next to them. I think that's why you're chipper and happy. Or maybe you've seen the blogs of websites like Gizmodo or Engadget, where they review various electronics devices. Here's Gizmodo.com, all right, talking about cool new gadgets you can buy. I heard that one of these blogs sold for millions of dollars, just because they're creating high-value information that a lot of people want to look at. Now, I personally think that there's a lot more money and a lot easier money to be made creating simple, easy-to-understand products and services, information products with your information, and doing things like packaging up your advice into coaching and offering them online, but there are other ways to make money with information, and it's only getting bigger. You've seen how I've done it. You've probably seen the website ClickBank. All right, ClickBank. Right here, they've got a little running tabulator on their homepage that says client earnings paid out $1,539,527,600 and something dollars. This is a great research tool, by the way, because you can click on Marketplace here, and then you can go and hunt through and look at all of the different categories of business, and you can see exactly who's making money and who's not, and how they're doing compared to each other. Again, over $1.5 billion paid out to ClickBankers. I know several top ClickBankers personally, all doing multi-millions of dollars per year in sales online. You've also seen all the $1 million launches that have happened online using the product launch formula, right? Literally $1 million launch after another, year after year after year. And really, niche opportunities will never end because there are new technologies and new ways of doing things coming out every day, and someone has to fill in for the old education system and create trainings, classes, coaching, and information products to teach us all this new information. Now, there are really 3 main steps to starting a successful information marketing business online. Step 1 is you have to figure out what you know that's valuable to other people. We'll talk about that a little later in this video. Step 2 is you have to target your niche. Okay? Take what you know that can help solve a problem and then target a niche where there's a big need, where there are people that are looking for solutions to their problems. That's going to be the topic of the next video. And then finally, you need to take your information that you've got and your niche, and you need to create a valuable information product that you can sell for a lot of money online. And that's the topic of the 3rd video. So let's talk about the highest leverage thing you can do right now. Okay, the highest leverage thing you can do right now to start an information business. And first, I want to talk about the one single biggest mistake that I see people making when getting into the information business, so you avoid it. And then we'll talk about how to take the knowledge that you know to begin targeting a good niche to test market to get your own business started. Or you can actually use this method if you want to create a new product or service if you already have a successful information business. The big mistake that people make when starting an information business or launching a new product in an existing business is trying to sell themselves and their expertise. Okay, so what do I mean by this? I mean that most so-called experts believe that people want to buy them and what they know, which isn't true. In fact, it's a mistake that will almost certainly cause you to fail if you try to sell yourself and what you know. People don't want to buy you and your knowledge. They want to buy a solution or an outcome or a benefit. So think about this for a minute, okay? They don't want to buy you and what you know. And in fact, you and your credentials and all your expertise is really not that relevant. What they want to buy is a solution to a problem that they have, an outcome, a benefit, a result. Okay? They want to fix the thing that's wrong, or they want to get the thing that they're going after. And they're really not that concerned about you. So what I've done here is I've designed a little worksheet. Okay, it's a Guru Blueprint worksheet exercise. So underneath this video here, you'll see a download PDF exercise graphic. Okay, click on it, print out the exercise because we're about to do it. Now, if you don't have a printer handy, just get a blank piece of paper and you can download the actual exercise later. You also might want to print it out, just a little tip here, print it out at maybe 95% size so that you get the whole exercise on your piece of paper. Okay, if you need to, pause the video, come back when you've got the exercise printed. Okay, great. So now let's talk about discovering your own knowledge gold mine. And I'll read to you what's on the top of the exercise. Most people who go into the information product advice or coaching business make the mistake of trying to sell themselves. This almost always ends in feeling self-conscious, fearful of rejection, and literally paralyzed with fear. So instead of taking the road that leads to failure, let's start instead by taking an inventory of the things you can help people with. Begin in this exercise by listing problems and challenges that you can help others solve. Let me say that again. Begin by listing problems and challenges that you can help others solve. Next, focus specifically on how you've helped others in one of the big three mega niches of health, relationships, or money. Finally, write down your best technique for solving a big problem fast within that mega niche. All right? So you see three different boxes here in this exercise. Okay, first, the question is, what consistent problems and challenges are lots of people having that you know how to solve? So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the spotlight off of ourselves, because again, when we think about selling ourselves or kind of our credentials, we get all screwed up in our minds and we stop thinking about things that people actually want to buy. When we take the spotlight and instead turn it around and we put it on the customer and the problems that they're probably having, that's when we start to have big insights. Okay, that's where I've gotten all of my biggest insights that have made multi-million-dollar products and businesses. So the question is, what consistent problems and challenges are lots of people having that you know how to solve? And specifically, we want problems and challenges that lots of people are having. Not just a few people, but millions of people. Millions of people. Now next, the next question here is, how have you helped others to solve problems with their health, relationships, or money? And this is where we get into what I call the big three mega niches. There are three niches where most of the money in self-help, personal development, and information products is made. Most of the money. So what we want to do is we want to focus on those three niches. And when we ask, how have you helped others solve problems with their health, relationships, or money, what we know is that we're going to be focusing on something that you know how to do that helps, again, millions of people, something that's a big opportunity. One of the big mistakes that I see people make when starting an information product business is they focus on teaching someone how to do something that, number one, not many people are looking for, and number two, it's not a real big need. It's not a big problem out there. If you write an ebook and you teach people how to master the techniques of advanced underwater basket weaving, right? How many potential customers do you have? How many people are looking for that right now? As opposed to people that are looking for solutions to health problems and weight loss, people who want more energy, people that have dating or relationship issues, who want to find someone to have a relationship with, who want to get into a relationship, who want to save their relationship, or money issues around business or marketing or hiring people or any of the other areas where people run into financially. Okay? These are the areas where lots and lots of opportunity exists. So, answer the question, how have you helped others solve problems with their health, relationships, or money? And finally, the third question is, what's the best way for someone who is in trouble in this area to fix their problem fast? Right? The best way for someone in trouble to fix their problem fast. And what we're looking to do here is to take the knowledge that you have that can help someone fix a big problem that they have where they're in trouble in one of the big 3 mega niches. And if you know the way, the technique that someone can use to fix their problem fast, you have the beginning of a great information product marketing niche and a great information product. Now here's what I want you to do as you do this exercise. I want you to try to answer each question at least 10 times. Okay? Each one at least 10 times. 10 answers to question number 1, 10 answers to question number 2, and 10 answers to question number 3. This is literally going to reprogram your mind. You're going to start looking at things from a different perspective. Now, as soon as you're finished with this exercise, I want you to keep it, and I want you to look it over a couple of times, add more answers as you think about them over the next several days, and keep thinking about how to help people solve a specific problem that they're facing in a specific way. The knowledge that you have that can help them solve a problem in one of those big 3 mega niches. And in the next video, we're going to take this idea of focusing on problems that others are having and combine it with the answers you've listed and use them to identify a specific product opportunity so you can create an information product or coaching program that literally sells itself. You'll also learn about some of the most profitable niches inside of the big 3 mega niches so you know exactly where to focus your time and energy. And I'm also going to take you behind the scenes and show you exactly how I've used this technique to target and launch businesses, successful businesses, in one niche after another in information marketing, and how I've used it to launch multi-million-dollar brand after multi-million-dollar brand. So thanks for tuning into this first video. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you did that exercise because it's the beginning of everything if you want to create a successful information business. And do me a huge favor and leave me a comment below to let me know what you learned from this video. Okay, so let me and everyone else know what you learned from the video. What was your biggest insight? Type it in the box now to share with me and everyone else, and I will see you in the next video.